Hello, welcome back to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education Research Center at Murray State University. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and our local partners, Sprocket Innovation in Paducah and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. As my introduction alluded to, this is really a special 10 at 10 for us. This week. I mentioned last week that we were going to get into some planning in December, end of year planning. And when I say end of year planning, it's really planning that you should do on an annual basis. Last week was a little different. It was about some personal planning, some professional planning, what you should do on an individual level each year, or at least it's what I do each year. And I think it's a good idea. And I actually heard some really nice feedback regarding that. So I appreciate the feedback on that. We will get into that annual planning next week, I promise. But this week, as my introduction alluded to, I'm excited to preview some changes that were approved last week at our Murray State Board of Regents meeting, and I've had some questions about it, and just thought I would address it at 10 at 10 and preview a little bit of what's coming with you all. So, as I mentioned, first and foremost, I would like to, formally introduce you to the Cyber Education Research Center at Murray State University. So, for many of you, you know that for the last few years, we have been the Center for CIT. There's a number of reasons that that name was confusing, and it would make sense for us to change that to something else. And so we have been talking and meeting and planning and strategizing over the last several months of how to do that and what to do with that and what makes sense academically and outreach and all the different things that our center does. And it just made sense that we would change and increase our focus on cyber. So formally, we're the Cyber Education Research Center. What you see actually in the logo down at the bottom, and you'll see quite a bit, is that I will just refer to us as the Cyber Center. We are Murray State Cyber Center. We are going to focus on all things cyber related, and like 10 at 10 for the past almost year now, probably about 11 months. We have been having 10 at 10s and talking to you about cybersecurity related issues and talking about how to keep you and your family and your business and your organization safe in cyberspace. We're going to continue things like that. And this name better reflects those outreach activities, those research opportunities, those ways that we want to engage with you, with our students, with high schools, with community colleges. It makes sense for a lot of reasons. And I want to give a little bit about share a little bit more on our background on why this makes sense. First of all, what many people don't know is back in 2001, most of you, if I ask you what happened in the fall of 2001, most of you are going to say 9/11, or at least those that are a certain age will say 9/11. And I remember that day, that horrific day, vividly. But what also happened at Murray State in the fall of 2001 is that we offered our first cybersecurity class. We started teaching cybersecurity in 2001. So now for 20 years, we have been teaching cybersecurity. Our curriculum has increased its focus in cybersecurity. We've added more courses in cybersecurity. We've added more emphasis in cybersecurity. But we started teaching cybersecurity back in 2001. Recently, we renamed our bachelor's program to be cybersecurity and network management, so that to put that cyber focus into the name of the program. For those that have known, it prior was the TSM program. It is now cybersecurity network management. It has been that way for a year and a half or so. In addition to that, our bachelor's program has been designated as a NSA DHS Center for Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense Education. Our bachelor's program has been exerting leadership for several years, and that designation just really validates what we have been doing for the last several years. Additionally, we have a Master's of Science in Cybersecurity Management. For those that knew our Master's in TSM, we actually refocused those courses. We redid that degree so that we could focus on cybersecurity management. We did that a couple of years ago as well, and that program is growing as well. So from an academic, from a curriculum standpoint, we have fantastic teachers. We have hardworking alumni that are doing some awesome things in cyber related fields. So we wanted to make sure that our name reflected that. Let me point out, for those that remember the Bachelor's of Science in TSM, there were a couple of different specializations or options, what we used to call them back then. We still have 3 specializations. So if you want to dig into cyber even more, you choose cybersecurity. That has been the most popular option in most years since we added that in 2001. You can still do system administration, you can still do wireless communications, and we have students in all 3 of them. But cybersecurity is certainly the one that's the most popular, even still. The big difference between our bachelor's in cybersecurity network management and our master's in cybersecurity management is that our master's degree has always been geared more at the manager. So it is not as technical. It does have some technical components, and actually, it has quite a bit of technical in it. But we're also teaching those folks to be managers of those technicians. So they're getting to understand how a security program might work in an organization, not just how do you check the firewall, but how does that firewall apply to everything else that you want to do. So that's important to note. Second, I should point out that whatever the name of our center has been over time, the center has had a track record of being involved in cyber activities. Over the last 15 years, in large part due to the leadership of our prior director, Dr. James Gant, we've had more than 20 cyber related research projects over the last 15 years. Maybe the number, I honestly am not sure what that number is, but it's a lot because um, Dr. Gant was able to establish some relationships with the Department of Homeland Security, the National Institute of Hometown Security, and we have been involved in several grant-related projects. We have developed incident response software. We have provide risk analysis of critical infrastructure segments related to PNT, position, navigation, and timing. We've done a lot of different areas. We've done curriculum development for Homeland Security. We've done different pieces, and we'll continue that. Frankly, what the Cyber Center allows us to do is to better focus some of those energies, and we plan to do that. Also, for the last, I don't know, probably 15 years, we have had the Security Matters Conference. We'll have it again this April. Hopefully, I'm very hopeful that it will be in person in Murray like normal. But we will have our Security Matters Conference probably the 15th time, maybe the 16th time. That's another one that I'll lose count on because we've been doing it for so many years. Started by, again, Dr. Gant and Dr. Mike Bowman so many years ago, as a way to reach out to our community, which reach out to our region and bring in some expertise to help our community stay on top of cyber related activities. So again, Security Matters Conference will continue. We have IT Matters in the fall. We have Security Matters in the spring. Those will continue. And really what our new name and emphasis does is to allow us to do that even more with a name that makes sense, frankly, to a lot of industry as well. But let me finish by sharing a little bit about what we'll be doing and focusing on moving forward. As our name indicates, education and research are obviously 2 of the pieces that will continue to focus, but our outreach, our development, our recruitment will continue in ways that it has over the past several years, and we'll continue doing that into the future. Over the next few weeks, you're going to continue to see information coming out about the Cyber Center. We'll be putting out a press release hopefully next week, maybe the next week or so. I'll say it that way. You'll see our branding changing on our social media accounts. Actually, most of that you've probably already noticed. But we're going to be continuing to do this for the coming weeks and months to better brand and introduce that brand to our region and to our state, and frankly, to our multi state region. We are really excited about the Cyber Center. We are optimistic about the opportunities that it's going to bring for us, and look forward to sharing more. If you do have questions on what it means for you or for your organization, or how you can get involved with things that we're doing, please let me know. I really want to make this as an opportunity for us as a region to engage. And if there's something that I can do to help support your organization, if there's a question, a specific question that you have, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will be happy to answer any questions that I can. Again, I look forward to this. I'm excited about what this is going to mean. And I hope to talk to you soon. If you have questions, let me know. If you have a topic that you want to hear on 10 at 10, let me know that as well. And I look forward to seeing you next week on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.